You've been studying English for months, maybe years. You know grammar, you memorized hundreds of words, but the moment someone speaks to you in English, your mind goes completely blank. Your heart starts racing, your mouth won't open, and inside, a little voice says, maybe I'm just not good enough. I want you to stop right there. Because that feeling, that exact feeling you just had reading those words, that is not a sign that you can't learn English. That is a sign that nobody ever taught you the right way. And today, right here in this video, that changes completely. Stay with me, because what I'm about to share with you will transform the way you speak English forever. Section 1. You are not alone. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Simple English Talks. I'm Olivia, and I am so genuinely happy you found this video today. Not because of the views, not because of the numbers, but because I truly know, that if you clicked on this video, you are someone who wants more for yourself. You want to speak English. You want to feel confident. You want to stop feeling invisible in conversations. And that desire, that quiet, burning desire inside you, that is exactly what brought you here today. And I want to start by telling you something that might be hard to hear, but it's the truth, and you deserve the truth. The way most people learn English, it's broken. Schools teach grammar, apps teach vocabulary, books teach rules, but none of them teach you the one thing that actually makes you fluent. None of them teach you how to have a real conversation. None of them sit with you in that scary moment when someone speaks to you and you need to respond. Right now, in real time, with real feelings and real pressure. That's what we do here at Simple English Talks. We learn English the way it was always meant to be learned, through real conversation, real emotion, and real connection. And today's topic is very close to my heart. It's called Build Fluent English One Conversation at a Time. This is your beginner speaking journey. And I want you to understand something before we go any further. Fluency is not a destination. It's not a certificate you receive one day. Fluency is a feeling. It's the feeling of opening your mouth and trusting yourself. It's the feeling of being understood. And that feeling, you can start building it today. I want to ask you something personal, and I really want you to think about this carefully. When was the last time someone spoke to you in English? A colleague, a stranger, a teacher, and you felt completely frozen? That moment when the words exist somewhere in your brain, but they just won't come out? We call that language block. And almost every English learner on the planet has experienced it. It doesn't mean you're slow. It doesn't mean you're bad at languages. It means you've been practicing English alone, in your head, in your notebook, in silence, but not out loud, not in real conversation, not with another human being. And here's the beautiful truth. The cure for language block is incredibly simple. It's conversation. Small conversations, short conversations, even imperfect conversations. Because every time you open your mouth and try, even if you make mistakes, your brain learns, your confidence grows, your English improves. So I want you to do something right now. Before this video goes any further, I want you to go to the comment section and write 3 words, just 3 words. Write, I am ready. That's it. 3 words, in English, right now. Because those 3 words are your first conversation with this community, your first step on this journey. And every great journey begins with a single step. Now, if you're new to Simple English Talks, welcome to the family. Please subscribe right now because every single week I share lessons, conversations, and real English practice that you won't find anywhere else. And if you've been here before, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Your loyalty to this channel keeps me going every single day. By the end of this video, here is exactly what you will walk away with. You will understand why conversation is the fastest and most natural way to become fluent. You will learn real, practical English phrases you can use in everyday situations starting today. You will have a clear, simple, 7-day speaking plan that fits into your real life. And most importantly, you will feel something shift inside you. A little more hope, a little more courage, a little more belief that yes, you can do this. Scientists who study how the human brain learns language, they've discovered something fascinating. When you learn a word from a book, your brain stores it in one place, just one small corner of your memory. But when you learn that same word in a conversation, when you hear it, feel it, respond to it in real time, your brain stores it in multiple places at once. In your memory, in your emotions, in your body language, in your instincts. That means a word learned in conversation is 10 times easier to remember, 10 times more likely to come out naturally when you need it, 10 times more connected to who you are and how you actually think. This is why two students can study English for the same amount of time, the same books, the same classes, the same vocabulary lists, and yet one of them becomes conversational and the other one stays stuck. The difference is almost always this. One of them practiced speaking, out loud, with real people, in real situations. So let's talk about how to start doing exactly that, even if you feel you're not ready yet. The first thing I want you to understand is this. You don't need to be ready to start speaking. Waiting until you're ready is the #1 trap that keeps English learners stuck for years. There is no perfect moment. There is no perfect level. There is only now. And now, let me give you something practical. I call these conversation starters. Simple English phrases that open the door to any conversation. These are not complicated. They are not impressive, but they are real, natural, and they work every single time. Conversation starter 1. For when you meet someone new. Say this. Hi, it's so nice to meet you. How long have you been here? Simple, friendly, natural. It works at a party, at work, at a class, anywhere. Conversation starter 2. For when you want to keep a conversation going. Say this. That's really interesting. Can you tell me more about that? This phrase is magical. It shows you're listening. It shows you're curious. And it gives the other person a chance to keep talking while you listen, relax, and prepare your next response. Conversation starter 3. For when you don't understand something. Say this. I'm sorry. Could you say that one more time? I want to make sure I understood correctly. This phrase is honest. It's polite, and native English speakers use it all the time. You don't have to pretend you understood when you didn't. Asking for clarification is a sign of intelligence, not weakness. Now, I want you to practice these 3 starters right now, out loud, even if you're alone, even if you feel a little silly. Say them with me. Hi, it's so nice to meet you. How long have you been here? That's really interesting. Can you tell me more about that? I'm sorry. Could you say that one more time? I want to make sure I understood correctly. Beautiful. Do you feel that? That slight warmth in your chest when you say those words? That is your confidence growing. That is your brain building new pathways. That is English becoming a little more yours. Now, here's something important I want you to write down. Not just remember, actually write it down. The goal of a conversation is not to be perfect. The goal of a conversation is to be understood. Say that to yourself. My goal is to be understood. Not perfect, understood. Because the moment you stop chasing perfection and start chasing connection, everything changes. Your shoulders relax, your mind clears. Your words start to flow more naturally. Because you're no longer performing, you're simply communicating. Human to human, heart to heart. And one more thing before we move to section 3. I want you to think about the people in your life, your family, your friends, your colleagues. Which one of them would practice English with you if you asked? Not someone who would judge you, someone who would laugh with you, encourage you, and practice alongside you. Think of that person's name right now, and make a decision. This week, you are going to ask them to be your English conversation partner. Just 5 minutes a day. Just 5 minutes of real, spoken English with someone who cares about you. That is how fluency begins. Not in a classroom, not in a textbook, in a real conversation with a real person about real life.
Fear. The kind that lives in your stomach when someone asks you a question in English and every single word you know disappears completely. The kind that makes your face go red and your hands go cold. The kind that whispers, just stay quiet, it's safer. I know that fear. I've lived that fear. And I want to tell you, from someone who has been exactly where you are, that fear is not your enemy. Fear is actually your body's way of saying, this matters to me. And the fact that speaking English matters to you, that is a beautiful thing. That is the foundation of everything. But we can't let fear be the one making decisions. So today I'm going to give you 3 tools, 3 real practical tools that will help you face that fear and speak English with growing confidence every single day. Tool number 1 is called the 3-second rule. Here's how it works. The next time you need to speak English and you feel that panic rising, don't try to stop the panic. Don't fight it. Just give yourself exactly 3 seconds, 3 seconds to breathe, 3 seconds to remember one simple phrase you know, 3 seconds to decide to try. 3 seconds is all it takes to shift from frozen to moving. Try it right now. Imagine someone just asked you, what do you do for work? Feel the panic for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, now answer. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to come out. I work in an office. I'm a student. I teach. I'm between jobs right now. Whatever is true for you, say it. 3 seconds. Then speak. Tool number 2 is called the repeat and expand method. This is one of the most natural conversation techniques in the English language, and almost no English teacher tells beginners about it. Here's how it works. When someone says something to you in English, you repeat the last few words they said as a question, and then you add your own thought. Let me show you. Someone says, I had a really terrible day today. You say, a terrible day, oh no, what happened? And someone says, I just got back from a trip to Japan. You say, from Japan? That sounds amazing. How was it? Do you see what I'm doing? I'm taking their words, I'm reflecting them back, and then I'm asking one simple question. This technique does 3 things at once. It shows you were listening, it buys you a few extra seconds to think, and it keeps the conversation moving forward completely naturally. Practice this with me right now. I'll say something and you respond using repeat and expand. I've been learning English for 2 years. What would you say? Try it out loud. 2 years? That's wonderful. How has your progress been? Something like that. Your version, your words, your voice. Tool number 3 is called permission to be imperfect. And this one is less of a technique and more of a mindset shift. A deep, important, life-changing mindset shift. I want you to give yourself official permission right now to make mistakes in English, to say the wrong word sometimes, to forget a grammar rule, to mispronounce something, to lose your train of thought in the middle of a sentence. I want you to give yourself complete and total permission for all of that. Because here's the secret that fluent English speakers know and beginners don't. Nobody is judging your English as harshly as you are. Most people, most kind, normal, real people, they are not listening to your grammar. They are listening to your message. They are listening to your heart. And your heart speaks beautifully in any language. The most important conversations in your life will not be won by perfect grammar. They will be won by honesty, warmth, effort, and the simple courage to try. And you have all of those things already. So let's practice. Let's put all 3 tools together. The 3-second rule, the repeat and expand method, permission to be imperfect. Here's a scenario. You're at a community event. A friendly stranger walks over and says, "Hi, are you enjoying the event?" Take 3 seconds. Breathe. Then say something real. Yes, actually, it's my first time here. Have you been before? We are almost at the end of today's video, and I want you to sit with that for a moment. You made it here, and section 4, genuinely you didn't skip. You didn't give up. That connects you people. Stayed, and you just spoke it. That quiet, stubborn determination to keep going. That is the most important quality any language learner can have. I've taught English to hundreds of students over the years, and I've noticed something. The students who became fluent were not always the most talented. They were not always the smartest. They were not always the ones who studied the most. The students who became fluent were the ones who refused to stop. The ones who came back the next day after a bad lesson. The ones who tried again after an embarrassing mistake. The ones who kept saying, "I'm not there yet, but I will be." You are one of those people. I can feel it. So for this final section, I want to give you something concrete to take with you when this video ends. Something that will keep your momentum going. Something that will turn today's learning into tomorrow's progress. I'm going to give you a 7-day speaking challenge. Each day is small. Each day is manageable. Each day is one more conversation that brings you closer to the fluency you dream of. Day 1, the mirror conversation. Stand in front of your mirror in the morning. Look yourself in the eye and say out loud, "Good morning. Today is going to be a good day. I am learning English and I am getting better every single day." Say it slowly. Say it clearly. Say it like you mean it, because you should mean it, because it's true. Day 2. The greeting challenge. Today, your mission is simple. Say hello to 3 different people in English. It can be anyone. A neighbor, a shopkeeper, a colleague. Just, "Good morning. How are you today?" 3 times, 3 people, 3 real conversations started by you. Day 3, the storytelling practice. Today, tell a story in English, just a small story, something that happened to you recently. Your commute, your lunch, a funny thing your child said. It doesn't matter what the story is. What matters is that you tell it out loud, in English from beginning to end, even if no one is listening. Day 4, the question day. Today, every time you don't understand something in English, whether it's in a video, a song, a conversation, you look it up and then you use that new word or phrase in a sentence out loud. Learn it, say it, own it. Day 5, the phone call challenge. Today, make 1 phone call in English. It can be to a business, a customer service line, anyone. Even if it's short, even if it's just asking 1 question. The goal is to use spoken English in a real live interaction with a real voice on the other end. Day 6, the describe your day exercise. Before you go to sleep tonight, sit quietly and describe your entire day in English. Every meal, every conversation, every feeling, every moment that mattered, even 5 minutes of this exercise will do more for your fluency than an hour of grammar study. Day 7. Come back to this video. Watch it again from the beginning and notice how much has changed in just 7 days. Notice which parts feel easier now. Notice which phrases feel more natural. Notice the confidence that has been quietly, steadily growing inside you all week. And then please come to the comment section and tell me about your week. Tell me what was hard. Tell me what surprised you. Tell me about the moment that made you feel most proud. I read every single comment on this channel, everyone. Your words matter to me deeply. Before I let you go, I want to say one final thing, and I want you to really hear it. Your English journey is uniquely, beautifully yours. Nobody else has your story. Nobody else has your reasons. Nobody else has your voice. And when you finally stand in front of someone, whether it's an interview, a friendship, a love, a dream, and you speak English with confidence, with warmth, with your full, authentic self, that moment will belong only to you, and I will be cheering for you. From this channel, from my heart, from every lesson I create, I am always cheering for you. Thank you for being here today. Please like this video if it touched you in any way, and subscribe to Simple English Talks so you never miss a lesson. I'll see you in the next video. Keep speaking, keep growing. One conversation at a time. You are becoming the English speaker you were always meant to be.